Joining me right now is California Congressman, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Congressman, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Is it chaos? I mean, walk us. You're there. You're the Minority Leader. Tell us what government looks like today.
Is it chaos with our new jobs report last month? Wages going up, unemployment low, renegotiating NAFTA. We're seeing new growth that we've never seen before. I mean, we probably have never been stronger economically in the last 50 years. The challenge is, think about what the Democrats are celebrating. Nancy Pelosi now believes in no border security. What does that mean to human trafficking that they stop going along the way? They celebrate status quo, so it does not solve the DACA problem. Yeah. They are just opposed to anything that Trump wants to offer, even though that's good for America.
Yeah, I mean, they say that they are for border security, but when I ask, your colleagues on the left, but why didn't you vote for Kate's Law? Why didn't you vote for the end of sanctuary cities? Why didn't you vote for a wall? And we know that Nancy Pelosi has a wall in your state, in her state, separating Tijuana from San Diego. So is this all just resist because they hate him, they want him out?
Yeah, because if you look, since we built that wall in California, illegal crossings have dropped more than 95%.
Between Tijuana and San Diego.
And then if you go to Yuma, Arizona, you go to El Paso. El Paso is now one of the safest large cities in America. So there's an ability to do this. But what people don't quite realize, the amount of individuals they catch for human trafficking coming across the border, the amount of drugs, there is a place that we find common ground. And remember what the president offered. Let's solve the DACA issue at the same time. Let's solve the border issue at the same time. And I think that's what America looks for, common ground. But Nancy Pelosi wanted nothing to happen.
Well, you've had conversations. How are the conversations going now? Can you give us a status check in terms of what's gone on so far in this week? You've got another 2 weeks left before another potential government shutdown.
They've only met one time, and they had opening statements, and then Speaker Pelosi came out and said, no money for a wall, even though Democrats and herself have voted for this time before. But now that the president has offered it, they want to oppose it.
What are you going to do? I mean, the president is expected to call for unity tonight. Unity, which, I mean, I think the American people want unity amid these deep divisions between Republicans and Democrats over border security. Is a compromise even feasible? And is this just the beginning of what is to come for the next 2 years? That everything your team goes and puts forth, everything that the president wants is met with resistance?
I hope not. I hope we make a pledge to one another that we put people before politics. We can always have a campaign. We can always have where we disagree philosophically, but let's put America first. And let's sit together and find ways that we can find common ground. Because that's the way our government is actually designed to work. Nobody's going to get 100% of what they want. But unfortunately, the Speaker wants 100% or nothing. But that's really not where all of her members are. More than 60 members on the Democrat side said they would support some form of the wall.
Well, that's a good point, because I want to ask you about that. Is there a movement within the Democrats right now to break with the Speaker?
I think so, but the problem is what Speaker Pelosi does. She has such a grip on her party where now it's immoral from the standpoint to even talk about a wall when they voted for it, when she has people in her own leadership team that supports it.
Yeah. Border Patrol on high alert right now as we speak, because you've got the most recent migrant caravan arriving at the southern border. I mean, the timing is incredible, Congressman. California Speaker Pelosi's home state, she says the wall is immoral, and we know we show this wall all the time between Tijuana and San Diego. And I keep asking the question, if you tear down that wall, will the people in Tijuana assimilate into San Diego?
No, if you
it's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah, these caravans that are coming, Tijuana does not want them either, the mayor, if you talk down there. This is what's really backwards in their thinking. You've got to have some form of barrier in certain areas, and you've got to have a structure to be able to do it. I think everybody in America believes that. The president says that's not the only thing that he wants to do. Yes, he wants to put technology in other areas to be able to protect it, but he also wants to deal with the DACA issue, and the Democrats are saying no.
So do you think that there could be an agreement with a solution for the DACA recipients? I mean,
I can guarantee you this. If Speaker Pelosi could get out of the way, we'd have an agreement in less than 30 minutes. But she wants to make everything political, and that's what's causing the problem. But we've got so much more to do. We've got infrastructure. We've got the negotiations where the president sat down with Mexico and Canada and came in with a better agreement for America.
Is that going to be approved, though? I mean, I speak with a number of Democrat congressmen who say, you know what, I'm not voting for a USMCA. So what happens if you can't ratify that?
America loses in that process because this makes America stronger in a negotiation. Why would they oppose that?
A lot of focus tonight is going to be on the guests at the speech. The White House inviting 11-year-old Joshua Trump, who's been bullied because of his last name. Democrats are getting political. Some of the guests will include furloughed federal workers, critics of Brett Kavanaugh, undocumented people who worked at Trump golf clubs. Tell us about that. I mean, how important are these guests that everybody's bringing to make a point?
Well, I think they invite these guests to try to get some publicity or something else. I think it's important that all of us are together in one place to hear from the president and actually work together to solve these problems. We're going to have differences of opinion, but we can find common ground. And we've got big challenges in front of us. But think about how much we've been able to achieve with getting the tax bill passed. Our economy is stronger than we've ever seen in the last 50 years. We're rebuilding our military to confront the challenges that we see from China and Russia continuing to grow. We've got an energy independence growing in America like we've never had before. So we're stronger when it deals with the Middle East and others. America is in a point to make the next century ours. The challenge would be, is politics going to hold us back from the exceptionalism that America can fully achieve?
The backdrop feels good. You're absolutely right.